Hey, what is up everybody? Josh Quinones here, and today we are going to be doing a battery drain test for the Samsung Galaxy Watch. I want to see just how far we can push this thing, just how long the battery can last with the always on display turned on and have it running on nothing but LTE, because in my initial review, I didn't always use the always on display, and the Bluetooth and the LTE would switch back and forth between each other depending on how far away I was from my phone. So we're going to be running on strictly nothing but LTE, and I will be keeping you guys posted throughout the day to see exactly where the battery is. So we're going to see how long this battery can last, or how many days. Maybe it can last 2 days with that always on display, because I know I was able to get almost 4 days without using the always on display and being strictly on LTE. So we're gonna see how long we can get this battery to last. I'm getting my day started here. It is currently 6:10 in the morning, on my way to take a very important test for my job. So like I said, I will be keeping you guys updated. So let's get the day started. Alright you guys, so I have finally arrived at my destination. It has been about an hour and a half. Yes, it took me an hour and a half to get here, but I have made it, and look it, we are at 97%. I started out at 100% this morning. In an hour and a half, it only went down 3%, which is pretty impressive. I am pretty impressed because I did use the watch to check a couple of notifications, send one text while on my drive using the voice to text, and I also answered one phone call which lasted about 5 minutes. And keep in mind, I am strictly on LTE, and the always on display has been on this whole time. So only 3% within an hour and a half. I am pretty impressed. So it's time for me to go in and take my test. So once I come back out, I will give you guys another update on how the battery is doing. Unfortunately, I do have to leave the watch in the car as well as my phone. We can't have any smart devices in there while taking the test. So we'll see how it looks when I get out of there. Like I said, it's going to be about a 3-hour test, hopefully sooner, depending on how fast I can finish it. But we will see. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, so I am back from my test, and my brain is just all over the place right now. But anyways, a couple hours has passed. It's a little past 12:15 right now, and I'm looking at the battery percentage, and I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty impressed with where the battery stands right now. You know, even though I wasn't using the watch these past couple of hours, I left the always on display on. You can actually hear the watch ticking, so it's using a little bit of the sound. I think that's pretty cool that Samsung added that to the watch. You can actually hear it ticking like if it's a real actual watch, not a smart watch. So that's pretty cool. And I also left the LTE on the whole time. So though all those three combined are still running the battery, even though I wasn't using the watch. And just let me show you guys where the battery percentage is at right now. All right, you guys, so check this out, 92%. Now, keep in mind, we started the video about 6:10 in the morning, so it's been over 6 hours, a little over 6 hours, and we've only used 8% battery on this watch. Now, this is with the always on display on, the LTE running full time. You still got the clicking noise in the background, so the battery is constantly running, and we've only used up 8%. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty impressed so far with the battery on this watch, but we still got the rest of the day to go, and hopefully tomorrow, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a run a little later. That way we can use the GPS, maybe some music, track our steps with this watch, push the battery even further. But I'm gonna be making a couple more calls here using the watch, maybe send out some texts, check my notifications, do whatever I can to make sure I'm still using even more battery on this watch. I really want to push it and see how long it can actually last when it's pushed to its limits. So far, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments sections below. Are you impressed so far with this battery? Like I said, we still got more to do, so I'll see you guys later. All right, so it is now 5:52 p.m. We are at 64% battery life. As you can see, it's been tracking my steps throughout the day as well. I've also, since I've last updated you guys, I've sent a couple of text messages out. I've had 3 phone calls that I used this watch for, one which lasted about 15 minutes, so that's a pretty long time to be talking on a watch. I used it while I was driving, and 64% really not that bad. I'm still pretty impressed with how long it has lasted so far with the always on display on, nothing but the LTE and everything that I have done on it so far. So right now, as you can see, I am outside about to start my run, but before I do, let me switch this to my run exercise mode. Alright, so I got the running mode on, ready to go. As you can see, it is already starting to track my heart rate. The GPS is on, ready to start tracking everywhere that I run, my distance, and it's also going to be tracking my steps while running. So let's go ahead and get this run started. Whew. Alright guys, so I ran a little over a mile, about 10 minutes, most of it which was uphill, which is why I am so out of breath right now. But the battery is at 60% right now. As you can see, I've ran a little over a mile right now. Just taking a quick breather. You can see it has now been 15 minutes and yeah, I'll catch you guys when I'm done. Whew, so I'm all finished with my run. As you can see, ran 30 minutes, 12 seconds, a little over 2.5 miles, burned 269 calories. As you can see on this screen, it was also tracking my miles per hour and my BPM. And then it also tracked an exact map of where I ran, which I think is pretty cool. That way, if I ever want to run that same route the next time, I know exactly where I ran the last time. So after all that and also tracking my steps, the battery is down to 56%. Most of the day has passed since 6:10 this morning. It is now 6:30 p.m. We have 56% battery life. Not even half of the battery is gone yet. I am super impressed. So I'm not exactly sure how the rest of the day is going to play out, but 56%, I'm pretty impressed. But I will be keeping you guys updated every once in a while throughout the night and before I go to bed, and hopefully in the morning. I'm pretty sure this is going to last me until tomorrow. So until then, I'll keep you guys updated.
All right, you guys, so I am off to bed. It is now 11:51 p.m. Battery at 31%, still holding strong. So I will get back to you guys when I wake up in the morning. I might use this thing to go ahead and track my sleep over the night to see how it works and see what it does to the battery. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. What is up, you guys? It is now 8:40 in the morning. Look at that. We got 19% battery still pulling strong. Already been tracking my steps since the moment I got out of bed, letting me know what the weather is. And as you can see, it is the next day. So yes, we are at 19%. I can't believe this watch is still pushing strong. About to have some coffee right now. My Superman cup because I'm feeling super today. But I will be keeping you guys updated. Let's see how long the rest of this 19% can go.
Alright, you guys, so the time has come. It is now 11:17 a.m. We are at 1% battery. Finally, this watch has been pushing strong. Since my last update, I have used this watch to track some sit-ups, to track some push-ups. I've also sent a couple of text messages, checked my notifications, and also did 2 phone calls, one which only lasted about 3 minutes and one lasted about 12 minutes and 37 seconds, I think it was. So the 2 phone calls is what actually made the battery run down just a little bit faster. But I gotta say, I am impressed for everything that I've done with this watch since yesterday, starting at 6:10 in the morning. That's actually when I started the video. I actually took this watch off of the charger. I think it was around 5:55 or something like that. Look at the screen, won't even really light up anymore. There we go. So I took it off around 5:55 actually, but when I started the video, it was around 6:10 in the morning. So from then until now, everything that I have done with this watch, tracking my run, the GPS, my BPM, all the phone calls I've made, sent text messages, all that stuff, I am pretty impressed with how long this watch has lasted. Now, like I said before, with some mixed usage between Bluetooth and LTE, I am able to get a lot more battery life out of this, but for this video, I was strictly running LTE, had the always on display turned on the whole time. The sound was being used with a little bit of ticking that with the other watch face I was using, you were able to hear the ticking, so that was using up some battery as well, and throughout the day it does track my steps. So all that combined, I am pretty impressed with how long this battery has lasted. Now, I'm not going to be running my battery like this every single day. I'm not going to have the always on display. I really don't need it on all the time, so I'm going to save some battery life that way too. Look at, we just just hit 0%. So it's going to turn off. There it goes. It's dead, you guys. You guys got to see it in action. It actually just died on me right now. But overall, I am impressed with the heavy usage, with how long the battery lasted. But you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below. Are you guys impressed as well? Or do you think it should have lasted a little bit longer? Like I said, depending on how far away you are from your phone, if you don't have the LTE strictly turned on, it'll switch between Bluetooth and LTE on its own, and that alone is going to save you some battery, because if you are on Bluetooth most of the time, obviously the battery is not going to run out as fast. And also that always on display, if you're not using it, you're also going to save some battery as well. Like I said in my initial review, I was able to get almost 4 days out of this watch without running all that super heavy stuff. So I am pretty impressed with how long this watch lasted me. I usually throw it on the charger every night as well when I'm not doing this test. But you guys leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you did like it. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. You guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.